So as in this video we are going to write the code for decision trees, but before that let me tell you how I am going to write that code or what is going to be my approach. As I said earlier, I am going to use entropy and information gain. So in the last video we saw the examples like sunny. We had sunny attribute or not sunny, we have, let me just show you. So we had this data like this, and what we are going to do here right now, we are not going to deal with this string values, with these string values. What we are going to do is we are going to convert them into numbers, and we are going to perform our decision tree making on that numbers. Okay, so and one more thing is that we are going to make a binary kind of tree, and for how we are going to split on that. So let's suppose we are going to convert this into 0 and yes into 1. So what it is going to do, let's suppose if we want to convert it, so what we are going to do is we are going to take a mean of this column. Okay, we are going to take a mean of this column, and what we are going to do is let the mean of this column is going to be somewhere between 0 to 1. And if the mean is going to be somewhere between 0 and 1, so what it is going to do, if let's suppose the mean is 0.3 or anything like that. So if the mean is 0.3, let's suppose, so what we are going to do, if the number is 0 less than 0.3, then it is going to be here, and if the number is greater than 0.23, then it is going to be here. So the number that is going to be 0 less than 0.3 is 0, and the number that is going to be greater than 0.3 is going to be 1. So what we are doing here is basically we are splitting it no and yes. So we are going to do this in this same case also. Let's suppose we are giving sunny 0, overcast 1 and rain 2. So what we are doing, let's suppose we are again getting the mean. uh, so again we are going to get the mean here, and that mean value what we are going to set is that if we have a value less than the mean, then it is going to move this side, and if that value has the value is greater than mean, then it is going to with this side. Now as we have three values here, so it can happen like, okay, if the outcast is sunny and over let's suppose we are saying that if the outcast is sunny and overcast, if the outlook is sunny and overcast, then what we are going to do is we are going to split here, and if we have rain, then we are going to split here. So we are not going to split it three ways because we have three features. So what we are doing here is that we are only going to make it a to uh, make it a binary tree. Okay, so this is the way that we are going to split our data. So let's get into the coding now. You will explain it when I will code. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, we need to find the formula for the entropy. So let's make a formula for entropy. And in this entropy, what we are going to do, we are going to give a column as we have here. Uh, as we have here, we are only going to give a column here, and on the basis of this, it is going to find us the entropy. Okay, so we are gonna give the column here, and what it is going to do, it is going to count use the count np dot unique. For this I also have to import np, import numpy as np. Okay, so unique dot, in this I have to pass the column and return underscore counts equal to 2. So what it is going to return, it is going to return the unique values. So let's suppose uh, in this case what we have is we have 0 and we have 1. These are the only two unique values. So what it is going to return, it is going to return a 2D array like this, and in the first um, in the first row it is going to have 0, and 1 because these are the two unique values, and in the second row it is going to have the number of counts because we have set the return counts equal to true. So what it is going to return, it is going to return 1 2 3 4 5. It is going to return 5 and it is going to return 9. So this is what it is going to return. Now let's move on to the code. Okay, and for what we are going to do is entropy equal to 0.0 for now for ix in counts 1. It means that we are uh, we are iterating over this part. Okay, so first it will have 5, then second it will have 9, and then what I am doing, I am getting the probability. The probability is going to be ix divided by goal dot shape 0. What it is going to do, basically the probability is that the number of the probability is basically 5 by 14 and 9 by 14 because 14 is the total number and 5 is the possible zeros. Okay, so this is how we are finding the probability. I think that it is easy. So then entropy is going to be plus equal to what it is going to be, entropy minus 1.0 into p dot np dot log 2 p. And yesterday I forgot to add this negative because the formula is basically minus sigma minus summation 1 to n and p log p. So this is what we are doing here. We have p and we are going to multiply it with log p. Okay, so this is how we are finding the entropy, and as we have used the for loop, so it is going to go through all the classes here and we are going to get our entropy. So this is pretty easy if you know the formula. Now we are going to return E and T. Okay, so this is for entropy, and entropy was very easy. Now what we are going to do, we are going to make a formula for the divide data. I will tell you what it is. We have to divide our data, and why do we have to divide our data? As I said in this case, that we have to divide our data like, okay, we have let's suppose in this case what we have is we have to divide our data in which we have true values and we have false values. So we have to divide our data like this. So in the starting we have the whole data in which has false and true values, but here we are going to divide values, so it has only true values and it will have only false values. Divide data, and in this what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the data and I'm going to get the key and I'm going to get the value. So I will tell you what these values or what these parameters are in a bit. So x write pd dot data frame, and this, let me just tell you what I am doing here. Columns equal to x underscore data dot columns. I will explain you what I am doing here. This is going to be left column x, this, yeah. So for ix in range x underscore data f x underscore data f key dot log ix. Okay, and in this what I'm going to check, I didn't yeah. So in this I'm going to check the val value x underscore data. What I did here, I did this wrong. X theta dot shape. Yeah. So x theta dot shape 0, and here I am going to set that value f key dot I log x. Okay, so now if val is greater than f val, it is going to be x underscore right, then x underscore right is dot append x underscore data dot ilog ix. Okay, and else x underscore left equal to x underscore left dot append x underscore data dot ilog ix, and then return x underscore right comma x underscore left. So now let me explain you what I am doing here. Okay, so first of all, as I said earlier, that we have to split our data. Let's suppose we are splitting on the basis of this. So what I am going to do here, I am going to make a data frame, because we are going to get the data as data frame. In this case, I am going to get the data as data frame, so I am expecting that. So what I have done is, for the true part, or you can say for the left and for the right part, because true part, let's say true part is left and false part is right. So for that, what I have done here is, I have created dummy x right and x left variables, and right now it doesn't have anything, and the columns is going to be the data columns. So in x data what we have, uh, in this we have this whole table. Okay, so what we are going to what we have said here is that x right and x left will also have all these columns, but it is going to split on the basis of this part. It is going to split on the basis of this part, and when it will have true, it will be like this. Okay, so left part will have these rows, left part will have these rows, left part will have these rows, and lastly left part will have this row. So these are the rows that is going to be in the left part, and other than everything else is going into the right part. So okay, let me just put this. Okay, so what I have done here is, I am going through the shape 0. It means I am going through all the examples, because our x shape 0 is 14 for right now, just to explain you. Okay, so we have this. Now what I am doing here, I am getting the value x data f key. So f key, what is f key? Let's suppose as we have this whole data. So what we are doing here right now, we are dividing on the basis of one of these features. So let's suppose we are dividing on the basis of wind. So wind is our f key right now. Okay, so that is our f key, and and for that I am going to get the location. So basically I am getting the data. So what it is going to give me, first it is going to give me false, then true, then false, then true, and it is not going to be false true, it is going to be 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1. It is going to go like this with every loop. Okay, so now what we are doing here is that we are checking that if this particular value is less than or greater than the mean value that we have discussed earlier. So this is what it is doing here. If this value is greater than f, well, then it is going to the right part, and we are just appending it. Okay, and if this value is less than right part, less than the f value, then it is going on to the left part, and we are returning the divided data. Okay, so this is what we have, and let me just show you what ilog is also doing, ilog and log is doing, although I have already created a video, but let me just show you here. So let's suppose df is equal to pd import pandas plus pd, and df equal to pd dot pd dot pd dot let's say yeah, data frame. So in this we have to give the columns and the values. So the values will be like, let's suppose 1 2 3 comma 4 4 5 6. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give the columns. So columns is going to be 1 and 2. Okay, pass the 2 column names. Okay, yeah, we have 3. Okay. So this is going to be 3. That's it. So our df is this. Now what I can do here is, as we have done here, so f key, let's suppose our f key is 2. So we can get our values like this. Okay, x data is not defined, we have to change this to df. So as you can see here 2 and the location is 0, so I am getting the output 2. Okay, if the location will be 1, then I will get the output 5. Now but more thing that we need to see is we need to get also the ilog. So if I'll just set it to like this dot ilog, as you can see here I'm getting all these values like this 4 5 6 1 2 3. Okay, so this is how it is working. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do is we need to make a information gain function. So let's make def information underscore gain x underscore data. We are gonna get the f key, we are going to get the fl again, and in this we are going to divide the data, divide right left is equal to divide underscore data x underscore data comma f key comma f well. Okay, and now what I am going to do here is let me just write the code, then I will explain you. Float then left dot shape 0 divided by x underscore data dot shape 0 are equal to float right dot shape 0 divided by x underscore data dot shape 0. Now I will explain you everything, or let me just explain it right now. As we saw that we are finding the information gain. So the information gain function, the formula was the old entropy minus summation of SV divided by S and the new what do you say, the new entropy, and this part was the ratio. So what we are doing here is that whatever the new shape is and whatever was the old shape, so we are dividing it, so we will get the proper scale. You should see my previous video if you haven't watched that to explain it completely. Okay, now what I am doing is if left dot shape 0 equal to 0 or right dot shape 0 equal to 0, it means that we do not have any left or right data. It means that every value in a column, in a particular column, is same. So that if it has, let's suppose it has only 1 1 1 1 1, then it is only going to have right data and we will not have any left data. Okay, So this is it. Now what we are going to do, if we will have this condition, we are going to return a very big negative number. Let's say return minus 9, minus 9. Okay, so if we have this, then we are going to return a very big number, and if we do not have this, then we are going to find the information gain. So entropy, what we are going to do is x underscore data dot uh, okay, so what we are doing here is, uh, let's suppose our formula was hs minus summation of sv upon s into new hs. It means that new entropy. So what we are doing here is, as we saw earlier in the last videos, that our old hs is going to be based on this. So for that we are going to get our output, like for this we are for this is the entropy of this, and new entropy is going to be based upon any of these values. Okay, so this is what I am doing. And let's suppose uh, our x data has our output values also, so that is going to be output. So we are finding the entropy of the output. This is this part, this is the original entropy. And then what we are gonna do is, we are going to do minus L, minus L. L is this, and as I said earlier, that this part belongs this part to represent this. Okay, these. So left into entropy of the new part. So what it is going to do is, entropy of the new part is, it is going to left dot output and plus r into entropy of right dot output. So we are finding the new entropy like this, because we have left and right data now, and we are going to find the entropy on the basis of that data. So this is it now. Yeah, so let's move ahead. This is going to be our information gain, and we are going to return our information gain. So now we have all the functions here that is required to find the entropy and information gain, but what we haven't made is that how we are going to use this data to create a decision tree.